The Bollywood stars are taking jabs and creating distractions, and we're getting to the bottom of it. It's time for some unfiltered, real talk on everybody from Shahid Kapoor to Alia Bhatt today. Let's get into it.
Listen up, it's jazz.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Hot Chai Pod, a podcast where we spill all of that sizzling Bollywood tea. I'm your host, Jazz, and today we have a reaction-heavy video, shall we say. I have a lot of thoughts, but so do the teacups, apparently since the last episode. There was still a lot of chatter about the Saif Ali Khan robbery situation, and I had taken the stance last episode that, the police got the right guy, the conspiracies were nonsense. But after reading your guys' comments and messages, I don't know, I'm kind of rethinking the stance. Truthfully, I don't know if we'll ever get the full story, but here are some of the points that you guys wanted to highlight. And I'd be remiss not to share them, right? Which is one, Kareena Kapoor did not pick up Saif Ali Khan from the hospital when he was discharged, and she did not thank the maid who allegedly was in the children's room when all of this went down, when the attacker was there. And this is only in light of Kareena, making a post thanking some of her household staff, and she didn't thank the maid, right? I guess that's why there was some speculation around, maybe the maid was involved, or maybe there's some hanky-panky with the maid and Saif Ali Khan. I don't know. And then last week, after our episode, I saw that, there were some negative fingerprint results from the CID about the man that the police took into custody, saying that the fingerprints were not a match. Now, the police are adamant, like, oh, the full fingerprint testing is not in, and we have the right guy based on cell phone data, other data. Okay, fast forward to now, I still haven't seen an update. I guess the final big thing that people wanted to call out, including, outlets like the Hindustan Times, is that the guy in custody does look different than the guy on the CCTV footage from the attack night. And I initially said that they seem like the same person, but maybe I just saw two scary faces and I didn't check the details, because one of you teacups said that I should look at their hairlines. And I have to say, it is kind of weird, right? In one video, it looks like there's longer hair and like a more full hairline. The guy in custody has more of a receding hairline. I don't know, maybe in the CCTV footage, the guy's running. Maybe the guy cut his hair and tried to like blend in with the public after. I agree, it's all very unsettling. And I think Saif and Kareena are trying to get attention off of this case at this point. And why do I say that? Well, we got a very random post last week from Karan Johar announcing Ibrahim Ali Khan in his new movie with Dharma, aka Amrita Singh's son, aka Sara Ali Khan's brother, and he's a new Dharma hero. And my first response was like, why? Most of us already knew that Ibrahim Ali Khan was going to be in this movie with Kushi Kapoor. And Karan, it kind of leaves Kushi completely out of the announcement. And it's basically just a tribute as to how Karan Johar knows the whole Tagore Khan family and why he's the flag bearer of nepotism. I'm not trying to be mean, but really, why do we care, right? Why should we care how Karan Johar knows Ibrahim Ali Khan's mother? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What about the screen test, the audition? And the post also uses this like thirst trap of Ibrahim, which I think Karan Johar or Dharma team knew would cause a stir. This week we got a performance from Ibrahim Ali Khan and Kushi Kapoor dancing to one of the songs from the new movie. And by the way, this movie is going straight to Netflix, and I don't know, I guess the alternative, except from like changing the robbery narrative, is that Karan Johar is trying to spin a new Star Kid launch in a positive way. And are people happy with this announcement? Mostly no, because it's so like in your face nepotism, and the movies are a family business, and did mention the whole family's talent, and I'm assuming he's not including Sara Ali Khan in that. That being said, some people were just excited because Ibrahim Ali Khan is good looking, But you guys, we need looks and talent, okay? I agree. having the looks does help because after 2 weeks of being bombarded with Veer Paharia on social media, and now Junaid Khan and God knows who else is coming down the pipeline, Ibrahim coming through, he's like a wave of fresh air, he's like a Calvin Klein model, and I can't complain too much.
And that is good looks, and good looks.
But I still literally have nothing positive to say about Kushi Kapoor, so don't make me try. Her new movie with Junaid Khan is releasing this week, so I will reserve my thoughts for all of that in next episode. Speaking of hot and not, this is very random, but did you guys see that Karan Johar is launching a new dating app? It's called Elevn. Karan said that he started this app because he was tired of all of the rejection that he faced on a dating app. And I can only presume that Karan Johar is referring to Raya because that's the app for like celebrities and influencers, and I'm not really imagining Karan Johar is just on Tinder. So anyways, what makes this app apparently different is that women can take the initiative, which to me is like Bumble, where the girl messages first. But I guess there's also some focus on reducing gender roles, promoting emotional connection or something. And I mean, I'd love to see what all of this entails because I tried to find it on the Google Play Store and it's not there yet, it seems. So expect a full review and tutorial when it is. I will be the sacrificial lambs for the sake of the teacups and their love life, okay? But you guys, I do feel like they were personally targeting me because they put Lakshya in the ad. And yes, Rasha Thadani was also in the ad, and she did look a little young to be a dating match for Lakshya. So I wonder how that's going to play for her and her upcoming movies. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard her voice because I don't think many of you went and watched Azad, but her voice is very like babyish. It's very young. So like I said, I'm not sure how limiting that's going to be for her casting, you know, from here on out. Back to the app though. So this was kind of random and people were like, why is Karan Johar working on a dating app? He's a bad spokesperson. He's always alone. But I'm going to defend him here because who knows more about modern dating and being on the apps and being in the trenches than someone currently in the trenches, right? And also, Karan Johar's whole film brand is like love and marriage and blah, blah, blah. And even his announcement actually spoke to this, where he's like, find your Ishkavali love, aka Student of the Year reference. And if you guys didn't know, this might surprise you, but my dream hot chai guest is Karan Johar. Like, he's this crazy Gemini. He's got the Ibrahim Ali Khan thirst traps. He's a techie. I don't know. I'd love to pick his brain. So Shahid Kapoor was also in the news a lot in the past couple weeks, you know, as his movie Deva was released. And now, unfortunately, Deva is not doing so well at the box office. I think it's currently at 20 crores for collection at day 6. And mind you, the film had a budget of 50 crores. So it's received mostly average reviews from different outlets, and it doesn't look like this is going to be, you know, Shahid's box office momentum from last year after Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Ulajha Jiya. For Shahid Kapoor, the box office is always a little fickle and it's definitely script dependent, right? He is not a star-driven success. I don't think Shahid Kapoor being in a movie creates a success for a film. And I think Shahid knows that he's also been on this roller coaster career journey because during press for the film, Shahid had a lot to say. He went from like airing his grievances about Sanjay Leela Bhansali, Ranveer Singh, Deepika Padukone. He's like the Padmavat stuff, which like it might be time to get over that one. Okay, Ranveer Singh was the superstar of Padmavat. He was Khilji. Sorry, not sorry. Shahid was talking about how it's not fair to compare his journey as a hero to other people's like, you know, Ranbir Kapoor, which actually I do agree with. He's like, you have to see where I started to where I am now. I didn't have huge directors lining up to give me movies. And maybe this is a similar like Ibrahim Ali Khan case that we're going to see because young Ranbir Kapoor, super hot. You know, and I know Shahid Kapoor has a very large female fan base as well. Fun fact, but I saw Shahid and Kareena and Salman Khan and others. They put on this big show in 2006 in LA. And first of all, it was such a good show. Shout out to my mom for taking me. And second, Shahid is very cute in person, more so than on screen, I'll say. Even Salman Khan's brothers, Sohail and Arbaz, they were way hotter off screen than they ever have looked on screen. But going back to Shahid, so Shahid Kapoor, he was so friendly. He gave me a CD when I was like cheering for him. And by contrast, Kareena Kapoor, total busy, okay? She refused to interact with any of the fans. And like, get over yourself, girl. You know, I never even really liked Kareena Kapoor back then. And having that interaction kind of reinforced my belief that she thought she was like too good for the fans. And you're never too good for your fans.
Rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
So Shahid Kapoor's career graph has been interesting, but so has his dating life, right? Speaking of Kareena, so he was always in the news for dating Kareena Kapoor. Later, he got in the news for dating Priyanka Chopra, allegedly. And that's probably why some of his comments this week were more controversial than others, right? So Shahid made this comment that he felt, you know, proud of his wife, Mira, for making the strong choice, as he called it, to have kids before having a career. And there was some backlash to this where people felt like he was putting down women, or, you know, he can't handle a strong woman, or like that it was very creepy considering Mira was very young when they got together. I think she was like 21, right? He was already very established in his career. But I'm going to take a surprising stance here, which is I think he was just trying to say that she didn't have to have kids and then focus on a career or being an influencer, and that it is harder to have kids and then have a career after. So in Mira's case, her career is just being an influencer, right? So I don't know. I think it works for them. Who's really to say? I saw this interview that Triptii Dimri's Bulbul co-star gave. His name is Parambrata Chatterjee, and I'm not sure how I felt about it. You guys let me know in the comments. So he's been this TV actor, and then he had a couple movies, including Kahani with Vidya Balan. And that's probably his only notable movie because Bulbul got more popular after Triptii Dimri did Animal, which leads me to his comments. Okay, so he said, quote, "It is what it is. National crushes are temporary, but class is permanent. I mean, no offense. Sorry, what is she called? Bobby too?" Okay, I'm not done, because then he said, quote, "She's lovely, a very nice girl, and I really get along with her, but she still has miles to go. She entered the industry very young and will learn a lot, but Vidya, I mean, sorry to say, is a class apart in whatever she does." Sorry, but in the words of Yolanda Hadid, who is Parambrata in this world? Okay, because it's stupid to even compare Tripti to Vidya Balan, and he should have probably said that, right? Vidya is a mature, established actress, and to somehow degrade Tripti as like Bobby 2 or a national crush, like, homeboy, you could not even be Jija 10. Okay, I know, I'm being mean, but it's giving misogynistic, especially in light of all of this like Tripti purity rumors that we saw online, and it feels like a way for someone to just, you know, get a little bit in the limelight and take advantage of the situation. And I'm sorry if his one fan is tuning in today. Sorry, not sorry. For teacup time today, we have a spicy and a less spicy question. So first up is a request to talk about the Udit Narayan kissing business. If you have not seen, okay? Udit Narayan was channeling his inner Emran Hashmi at a concert recently. So, this female fan is posing for a selfie with him in the audience and kisses him on the cheek. Then he goes and he fully kisses her on the lips.
We used to go out at night, he's like, wipe that off. Wipe that off, because he loves the natural.
Okay, I was shocked, horrified, and granted, fans should not be kissing celebrities on the cheeks or touching them, like it's really not appropriate. But, okay, looks like Udit didn't really mind it at all. You know, he should know some limits though. Even as a married woman, you might think kissing a celebrity on the cheek is innocent enough. But kissing somebody on the lips in India, like, I'm sorry, do you think you're Mick Jagger? Do you think this is like 1983? I don't know. Amita Bhattacharya did weigh in, of course. Not that his opinion matters much, but he's like, oh, this is Udit Narayan, and he's the king of romance, and women want this. And I have to say, Which women? Okay, if you're out there, please comment. I am having a very hard time wrapping my head around this. And finally, we have a question from the teacups asking who was my favorite and least favorite at the Sabyasachi 25-year anniversary show. Okay, so this is hard for me because I understand that the show was supposed to be edgy and not something that you would necessarily like wear out, right? It's high fashion, and that's why the model of Antina Grath, who walked out wearing the same outfit as Alia Bhatt, she was styled in a different way. She's wearing glasses and a big headband. It's, much more over the top. And let's just say, the blouse on that sari is fantastic, but the plain black sari fabric was doing nothing for me on either the model, who's, by the way, literally perfect looking, or on Alia, who had, the sari drape to show more of the blouse and to make it more modern. But Alia's hair and makeup, it was on point for once, and I think she does so well when she does this like self-tan, bronzy look, more full makeup, which she's been doing more recently. So was she my best dressed? I don't know. I mean, maybe as a default, because I really didn't like any of the other outfits that I saw that were more over the top or even more of the subdued outfit. You guys seem to collectively hate, and I mean 95% hate, Sobhita Dhulipala's leopard outfit, and I think that I agree that it did not work for the event. But where we seem to all mostly agree was that it was so good to see Deepika Padukone back on the runway post-baby, even though the styling was a little peculiar, shall we say. But she's an icon, and Sabyasachi is a smart man, okay, for showcasing Deepika at this anniversary event. All of you teacups are icons too. Thank you so much for watching this week. And if you enjoyed the episode, please press like below, and we will be back next week with more chai. Bye.
Listen up, it's jazz.